being an energy minister, having come into the job a little more than 3 months ago now, it's been very clear to me what the main pressures, what the main achievements and what the main challenges are in terms of government. We've actually come a long way in this country in terms of zero carbon or reducing carbon emissions. Since 1990, we have reduced our carbon emissions by more than 40%, while we've actually grown our economy by 2/3, by more than 65%. So it's an impressive record. We've already come a long way, but obviously there's much more to do. I think it's very easy for us as a department, as a government, to launch consultations, to have initiatives and to say and promise a lot of things. I have been very clear with the Prime Minister and also with the department that we have to start making choices, we have to start making decisions. There's a huge range of issues, and I'll throw them up, and maybe they will be subject for future discussion.
The Energy Minister also spoke to ELN editor Sumit Bose about Britain's role in global decarbonisation efforts.
A lot of people around the world look to Britain as a kind of leader, thought leader in this space. So I definitely think that our commitment as a political nation, irrespective of who's in power, to the decarbonising agenda is really strong.
Is it world leading, would you say?
I would say it's absolutely world leading. I mean, my contemporary friend, colleague, Zach Goldsmith, went over to New York with his DEFRA hat, and people were really interested in what he had to say about decarbonisation, about climate change, about dealing with this issue. And I think people are looking to Britain. We've got COP26 next year in Glasgow.
Your predecessor?
Claire Perry will be chairing that. And again, that's a good example of international leadership.
Afterwards, we spoke to the Minister about whether it's possible to support business and go green at the same time.
Quite possible to reduce carbon emissions while driving economic growth. And I think for too long, these two objectives, economic growth and being responsible in terms of climate change, I think these two things have been put together as opponents, as antagonistic forces, if you like, as mutually incompatible. I don't see them like that at all. I think they can be combined. I think you can have economic growth and at the same time be responsible about carbon emissions and the safeguarding of the planet.
Labour recently on the weekend came out with a whole range of green policies, and energy efficiency would be, a massive way to cut a lot of emissions off. Have they beaten you guys to the punch there?
No, I don't think they have. I think their policies aren't particularly credible. They cost a huge amount of money. We're not sure where the money's going to come from. And their offshore wind policy, I think, was extraordinary. They were saying we're going to have state-owned wind farms, and the state will own 51%. Now, who's going to want to own the other 49%? That's not an attractive proposition, and I don't think it was a well-thought-through policy.